How to stop being broke. If you're one of those people where you're continuing to spin your tires every single day, wondering when I'm going to catch my break, or if I just had actionable steps so that I can start making more money and start improving my life, this video is for you. Let's get right into it. Number one is you want to start looking at all of your purchases like an investment. So you literally want to ask yourself, what's my ROI on this purchase? Now, there is something that Charlie Munger said outside of watching your purchases is pay attention to how much money you're making and how much money is going out. In other words, spend less than what you're actually making every single month. So I had two buddies. One was making $20,000 a year and the other one was making $10,000 a year. Guess which one was struggling? If you thought the one that was making $20,000 a year was struggling, you'd be right. And the reason for that is because they were overspending on everything. One time I asked him, dude, how are you making 20K a year after all expenses are paid and you're still like just barely surviving? He said, bro, I have an expensive lifestyle. So I'm like, okay, let's pull up your tabs. Like, what is it that you're spending your money on after your business? He had like $5,000 going into Uber. He had like $10,000 going into car payments. And I'm over here thinking, wait a minute, $10,000 going into car payments. That's over 50% of all the expenses that he had. While my other friend that was making about 10K a month, he was only spending about 2K every single month between living and leisure. So he actually knew I need to bite the bullet right now, save all this excess capital that I have so I can reallocate it back into my business, reallocate it back into my education so that I can continue to grow my top line revenue. The second thing you want to pay attention to is second order consequences. Now, I want to give a tip of the cap on this point to Sam Ovens. I actually picked this up from him. It changed my life and it changed the way that I look at all the decisions that I make, both in my personal life and in my business life. Here's how this works. Every action has a consequence, and those consequences have consequences. In other words, just because you do something right now, it doesn't just stop there. There is going to be a ripple effect that happens later on once that decision has already been made. Let's say you get invited to go out for some drinks and you think to yourself, well, it's just a couple of drinks after a hard day's work. What can possibly go wrong? The first order consequence is you went out, spent a little bit of money, got some drinks. Okay, maybe the money thing wasn't an issue for you. But the second order consequence is what happens to your body, to your time, and to your mind the following day after maybe you've consumed a little bit too much than what you can bargain for. So now you wake up the next day, you woke up late, so you missed your morning workout. You missed your morning workout, and so you were late to the first meeting. You were late to the first meeting, which means now you're rushing through the process. Maybe that was a client that you thought you had secured in the back, but because you fumbled on the presentation, they say, you know what? I appreciate you coming out. Let's think about it. They end up going with another competitor. You then get a call from another client who decides to cancel on you for whatever reason, and then you end up lashing out all because of what happened earlier that day. Guess what? Those are second order consequences that could have been avoided the day before from the initial decision. The third thing you want to watch out for is taking advice from poor people and people who don't have more money than what you're looking to make in your own life. Let me explain. You wouldn't take advice from a random person in the streets on how to do open heart surgery, but yet we take advice from people every single day on how we should run our business or what we should do to make more money. Now you're probably thinking, but Irv, I can still learn a thing or two from them and learn a thing or two from the mistakes that they're making. You don't want to confuse taking advice from someone versus taking a suggestion from them. Here's the difference. Advice comes from someone ahead of you with real life experience on what you're actually trying to do, while suggestions are less formal and more opinion based. So you want to weigh those thoughts differently. If someone's giving you a suggestion of, hey, I think that maybe you should do it this way, you still want to weigh it against, are they in a place that I am looking to go? If not, it's a suggestion. Now, if they're well ahead of you and you're like, okay, they're running a strong business, they have a healthy marriage, they have way more money in the bank than what I could imagine having in my own bank right now, then there's some habits that they've picked up that maybe you can place inside of your own life and inside of your own routines that can help you take it to the next level. And number four, you want to improve your weapon selection. Now, the reason I'm referring to this as a weapon is because you want to take a look at your skills like a weapon, and you want to look at the business world, whether you are out looking for a better paying career or you are out looking for the next customer to scale your business with. Business is often referred to as war. So let's break down the different types of weapon selection, because you have to take a look at the entire playing field. You have skill sets, which is at the top. Reason it's at the top is because it's one of the fastest things that you can change to help improve your income. Typically, whenever I'm talking to someone and I'm looking at how much they make and how much they're looking to make, there's usually an amount of knowledge that they have in a field. That cap that you have is what's ultimately going to also place a barrier or a bottleneck on the income that you are currently making right now. So if right now you're looking at your income and you're making under $250,000, here's a quick list of skills that I recommend you take a look at that's going to give you the biggest bump in income, regardless of industry. Sales skills, leadership skills, hard skills, soft skills, accounting skills, product formation skills, communication skills, media skills, kind of like what you're looking at right now. And if I had to condense those even further down the road, I would condense it into these three right here. It would be sales, it would be communication, and it would be product formation skills. The reason we're boiling it down to those three right there is because all three of those are interchangeable in terms of you can carry them into any industry. If you can sell in one industry, odds are you can most likely sell in another industry. If you know how to communicate at a corporate level, odds are you're going to be able to translate that over into a smaller setting, especially as maybe you're starting a business or if maybe you're working with someone who's more of a startup. If you are in product formation or if you really understand product formation, then you're able to take a brand new idea, develop it, beta test it, run a survey, and then continue to improve that product until it's turning profits in your favor and back into your business. And the best thing about these skills is that they're going to go with you beyond that $250,000 mark. AI isn't going to put you out. You don't have to worry about your competitors putting you out. You don't have to worry about your clients going off, running with someone else, because you're constantly developing that forefront and you're constantly taking that original core to the next level continually. So there you have it. Those are 4 core areas that you want to take a look at if you are tired of being broke. If you found value in this content, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Join the community. Don't forget that anytime we're not posting on here, we are posting over on the podcast channel, which is Insight with Irv. So if you love what we have going on over here, you'll absolutely enjoy what we have going on over there. Once again, I appreciate you guys checking me out. Till next time, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Bye.